used to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning for months on end until I tried rubbing just one spot. And to my surprise, I slept straight through the night. At first, I thought it was because of aging stress, or maybe just that cup of tea I had the night before. But it kept happening over and over every single night. I would wake up in the middle of the night, toss and turn for hours, unable to fall back asleep. My body felt drained. My mind was foggy, and the next day, all I wanted to do was sit and sigh. I tried everything, changing my pillow, drinking herbal tea, listening to soft music, but nothing worked. Then one night, I came across a tiny little tip, simply rubbing a small spot on the sole of my foot before going to bed. Sounds simple, right? But you know what? That was exactly what completely transformed my sleep. Why would rubbing the sole of your foot help you sleep soundly until morning? What is really behind this simple habit, and what is the correct way to do it so it actually works? All of that will be shared in today's video. Before we begin, leave a comment below with a positive affirmation like, "I deserve a full night's restful sleep," or any wish you want to put out there. And do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you will not miss any valuable content on health, mental well-being, and positive aging. Together we will build a healthy and energetic life. From that moment, the memories of all those sleepless nights came flooding back. I still remember so clearly the feeling of lying awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, the dim light outside the window, unable to chase away the loneliness inside me. Waking up in the middle of the night is not unusual, but waking up at the exact same time, night after night, truly left me unsettled. Every night my body seemed to have a secret clock that rang at 3 o'clock in the morning. There was no noise, no nightmare, no urge to use the bathroom. I just opened my eyes, awake, and knowing for certain that falling back asleep this time would not be easy. What bothered me most was not knowing why. It was not hunger, it was not the weather, and it was not the light. I even changed my bed sheets, switched blankets, adjusted the air conditioning, and gave up afternoon coffee. It was all useless. No matter what I did, my body still flipped the switch right at 3 o'clock. I began to dread that moment. It was a quiet, lingering kind of fear. Not intense, but slowly wearing me down day by day. During the day, I became a different version of myself, tired, sluggish, and drained of energy. Everyday tasks felt heavy. I became forgetful, impatient with loved ones, and quick to lose my temper over small things. Sometimes I would finish doing something and immediately forget why I had done it. That hazy feeling made me start doubting my own memory. The worry just kept humming quietly in the back of my mind. I refused to just sit and accept it. I turned to the kinds of solutions people often recommend online. Herbal tea, essential oils, meditation, breathing exercises. I even bought a so-called miracle pillow for better sleep. I kept a detailed sleep journal, avoided screens before bed. But all it really did was make me feel like I had tried. In reality, nothing changed at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was still awake. One time, I went to see a doctor. They asked questions, checked my blood pressure, heart, and hormones. Everything was within normal range. I still remember the doctor's eyes, gentle, but filled with a hint of helplessness. At this age, sleep will not be the same as before. You have to learn to accept it. I nodded and smiled faintly, but inside, I felt a sinking disappointment. I started to believe I had to live with insomnia. Every night, I went to bed not to rest, but to see what time I would wake up this time. Only those who have gone through this understand that quiet crisis. Sleep, something so natural and simple, suddenly became a luxury. But then, just when I had lost all hope, something completely unexpected happened. A small piece of advice I read one drowsy evening changed everything. That day I was browsing the internet, tired and unfocused. I was not looking for anything in particular, just aimlessly reading a stranger's post. And then I stopped at one short sentence: before you sleep, try rubbing the soles of your feet. It sounded so simple, nothing special. No medication, no complicated technique, no need for a big lifestyle change. At first I frowned. How could something so small possibly help? I had already tried so many bigger, more serious solutions with no improvement. But then, I thought, I have nothing to lose. At worst, it will not do anything. Maybe I was just too tired, too drained to resist or think too much. That night, after washing my feet as usual, I took a bit of warm coconut oil, sat on my bed, and gently rubbed both soles of my feet. No clear purpose, no hope for a miracle. I simply treated it as a small act of self-care, a way to comfort myself after another exhausting day. I do not even know when I fell asleep, but the next morning, I woke up feeling completely different, as if my body had truly rested for the first time in so many nights. I could not remember exactly when I drifted off. There was no ticking clock, no tossing and turning, no familiar sighs in the dark. All I remembered was that after gently massaging the soles of my feet, my body started to feel warm, as if a gentle stream of energy began at my feet and slowly spread throughout my whole body. It was not the warmth from a blanket or a heater, but a subtle soothing warmth, like when you soak your feet in warm water after a long, tiring day. I lay down without tensing up the way I usually did. My chest seemed to slow. My breathing became deep and steady. At some point, I stopped thinking entirely. I was not worrying. I was not wondering if I would sleep. I was not asking myself whether I would wake at 3 o'clock again. I let go, and sleep came to me like an old friend returning after a long absence. The next morning, sunlight streamed through the curtains and woke me. I opened my eyes and suddenly realized something strange. I had just slept through the entire night. No waking up, no lying there waiting for morning. There was no 3 o'clock moment. No lonely middle of the night hours. I sat up, looking around, my mind completely clear. There was no haze, no heaviness at the back of my head, no burning eyes from lack of sleep. Everything in me felt fresh again. Without exaggeration, I can honestly say I felt as if I had been reborn. That feeling the moment you open your eyes and realize you have just had your first deep sleep in so long is hard to put into words. It moved me, even made me want to cry. Not just because of the good sleep itself, but because I knew my body had finally found a way to truly rest. That unexpected change made me curious. I did not just want to know that I was sleeping better, I wanted to understand why. And as I looked into it, I discovered something fascinating. It turns out that in both traditional Eastern medicine and modern medical science, the sole of the foot is considered a reflex center connected to many organs in the body. When you massage it correctly, the nerve endings in the sole send signals to the central nervous system, especially activating the parasympathetic nervous system. This is the part of the nervous system responsible for the body's rest and recovery state. When this system is activated, the heart rate slows down, blood pressure stabilizes, and breathing becomes deeper and more even. These are the ideal conditions for the body to enter a restful state and naturally drift into sleep. On top of that, regular foot massages can also help the body produce melatonin, the hormone often called the sleep switch. Melatonin is released by the brain at night to signal the body that it is time to rest. When you have enough of this hormone, not only do you fall asleep more easily, but you also maintain deep, stable sleep throughout the night, instead of waking in the middle of the night like I used to. There is another important factor: reducing anxiety and stress. Many studies have shown that just a few minutes of foot massage each evening can lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone in the blood. When your mind is less worried and your thoughts are lighter, sleep comes as a natural reflex. And finally, there is a very clear benefit for older adults: improved blood circulation and relief from foot pain. As we age, circulation becomes less efficient, our hands and feet get cold more easily, and aches become more common, all of which affect sleep quality. Massaging the soles of your feet each night not only promotes better blood flow, but also creates an overall feeling of comfort, helping you rest in bed without tossing and turning. All of these things, seemingly small, are actually quiet keys that unlock the door to a deep and peaceful sleep. Now you might be wondering, how exactly do you massage your feet? Does it have to be done in a precise way? Do not worry the way I do. It is very simple, gentle, and something anyone can do at home every night. Here are the exact steps you can follow. Before you start, the first thing you need is a little something to help your hands glide smoothly over your feet. It does not have to be fancy, expensive, or complicated. You probably already have what you need right in your home, in your medicine cabinet or bathroom drawer. I usually use pure coconut oil. It has a light, pleasant scent, is naturally warm, and feels like a soft blanket wrapping around your skin when applied to the feet. On colder days, or when my feet feel dry and rough, coconut oil also helps soften and moisturize the skin. If you prefer something lighter and less oily, olive oil is a wonderful choice, gentle and easy to find. A few of my friends even use their regular body lotion, especially those with lavender or chamomile scents, since those fragrances naturally have a calming effect that pairs perfectly with sleep. The main point I want to emphasize is this: you do not need any kind of miracle product. Just choose something you feel comfortable with, safe, familiar, and pleasant. As long as it feels relaxing and gives you a sense of being cared for, that is enough. That feeling itself is the first step in preparing your body to rest. If possible, keep your oil or lotion by your bed as part of your nightly routine. Each time you pick it up, your body will gradually remember, it is time to relax now. Even a small action repeated daily can create a big effect on your mind and sleep. Once you have your favorite oil or lotion ready, it is time to give your feet and yourself a few minutes of care. Follow these simple steps. First, sit comfortably. If you are on the bed, lean your back against a pillow or headboard so your back does not feel strained. Bring one leg up and rest the sole of your foot on the opposite thigh. This position makes it easy to use both hands without getting tired. If you are not comfortable crossing your legs, you can stretch your leg out and lean forward slightly, as long as you can reach your foot comfortably. Start by taking a small amount of oil or lotion, rubbing it between your hands to warm it, then gently pressing your palms onto your foot. Stroke from the heel to the toes, moving along the length of the sole. This helps the oil spread evenly and wakes up the sensory nerve endings just beneath the skin. Repeat this 5 to 7 times to create an initial sense of warmth and relaxation. Next comes the most important part, the arch of the foot. Using your thumbs, press gently into the hollow in the middle of your sole. In Eastern reflexology, this area is called the spring of life. Press lightly, then rotate your thumbs in a clockwise motion about 15 to 20 times. You do not need to use too much force, just enough to feel a comfortable pressure. If you feel a gentle tingling or warmth, that is a good sign. Blood is flowing and the reflex nerves are being activated. After that, move on to each toe. Using your thumb and index finger, gently squeeze from the base to the tip of each toe, rotating slowly 5 to 6 times per toe. This helps release tension in the small joints and stimulates nerve points connected to the brain, particularly important for older adults. Then massage the spaces between your toes. This area is often overlooked, but it is very sensitive. Use your fingertips to gently stroke outward as if you are opening the space. The feeling here is unique, as if the tension built up all day is being gently released. Once you have finished all the parts, stroke the entire sole again from heel to toes, slowly and evenly, 3 to 5 times. This is the soft ending, like a gentle whisper to the feet that have carried you through life. The whole process takes about 10 minutes each night. You can do it right before bed, after washing your feet with warm water. The important thing is not whether you do it fast or slow, hard or soft, but how you listen to and connect with your body in each small movement. If you have difficulty bending forward, try placing your foot on a small stool or ask a loved one to help. In many families, this even becomes a cherished habit, a husband massaging his wife's feet, children massaging their parents' feet. It is not just physical care, but also a warm emotional connection. And if you live alone, or your hands are no longer as nimble as before, you can still use a simple foot massage device. They cannot fully replace human touch, but they can still be very effective when used correctly. Before I wrap up, I want to share a few small but useful ways to combine with foot massage to make falling asleep even easier and deeper: warm bathing, deep breathing, and listening to gentle music. Let's start with the easiest one: warm bathing. It does not need to be elaborate or take too long. Just 10 to 15 minutes of soaking your feet or bathing your whole body in comfortably warm water can already bring your body into deep relaxation. Warm water helps dilate blood vessels, improves circulation to the heart and brain, and reduces pressure on the internal organs, making you feel noticeably lighter. This is also one of the body's biological signals to the nervous system that says, it is time to rest. To enhance the effect, you can add a bit of Epsom salt rich in magnesium to soothe muscles, or a few drops of essential oils like lavender bergamot or chamomile, all of which have natural calming effects. The warm steam carrying a gentle scent not only relaxes your body, but also sweeps away the stress and tension left over from the day. After warming the body, you move to the next stage of relaxation: controlled deep breathing. Many older adults overlook their breathing, something that seems automatic. But in reality, how you breathe is key to controlling emotions, heart rate, and even sleep. When lying in bed in a quiet space, close your eyes, place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly, and slowly inhale through your nose, letting your belly rise, not your chest. Hold your breath for 3 seconds, then exhale slowly through your mouth until you feel all the air has left your lungs. Repeat 8 to 10 times. When you breathe like this, your parasympathetic nervous system activates your heart rate, slows your blood pressure, stabilizes, and your entire body begins to fall into a natural rest state. Many studies have shown that just a few minutes of deep breathing before bed can significantly reduce anxiety and calm the mind. And now the final part, but no less important: music. Music has been used as a form of mental therapy for thousands of years. But not all music is suitable for bedtime. Choose instrumental tracks with slow tempos, moderate volume, no dramatic peaks, and nothing overly stimulating. It could be the sound of a flowing stream, ocean waves, rain, or simply soft piano melodies. The right music at the right time is like a light blanket for your mind, soothing the worries lingering in your thoughts and guiding your spirit into a calmer space. If you can turn off the lights, leave only a soft glow, and let the music lead you into your dreams. When you combine these 3 elements, warm, bathing, deep breathing, and music with nightly foot massages, you are not only caring for your body, but also resetting your entire nervous system. These seemingly small things are actually creating the perfect environment for you to easily fall into sleep, a full, uninterrupted sleep, with no more waking at 3 o'clock in the morning like before. Sleep may seem like the most natural thing in the world, but as we enter our later years, we begin to realize a night of uninterrupted rest can become a rare luxury. The wonderful thing is, you do not need sleeping pills, fancy tricks, or expensive treatments. Sometimes just a simple act, like gently massaging the soles of your feet, combined with a few minutes of light relaxation before bed, is enough to make a real difference. If you are weary from long nights of tossing and turning, allow yourself to try a new approach, one that is gentler, more attentive to your body, and more patient with yourself. Sleep is no longer a battle, but a journey back to the peace within you. Before you leave this video, take a moment to write a positive comment like, "I deserve peaceful nights of good sleep," or any loving affirmation you wish to give yourself. Those words have more power than you might think, And if you found this video helpful, do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your family and friends, those who may also be struggling with sleepless nights. Together we can create a community where aging is no longer a burden, but a time to live slower, live deeper, and truly live in peace.